Welcome back to our channel. As you can see from the title of this video, is celebrating the anniversary of our engagement. It has been 8 years since Steph proposed.
If you're new here, I'm Steph.
I'm Katie.
This is
little
Theo.
He always wants to be involved in our videos. I feel like we haven't done this in a while.
Yeah,
it's
like
we're a little rusty.
Taken a little hiatus, but we are back.
Yeah.
So apologies for making you wait.
Yeah, there's been a lot going on. I feel like one of our next videos needs to be like a life update or something. But yeah, today we wanted to talk about the anniversary of our engagement because April 17th, it's been 8 years, which is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
It feels like it was just yesterday, but it also feels like a lifetime ago.
It does.
Yeah. So if you haven't watched, we have a full video like kind of breaking down everything that happened. Steph proposed while we were on a trip down in New York City. It was very special. So if you want like the full story, we'll link that video here. But if you want just like a quick little recap, we'll just kind of roll the clip because we have a little sneaky video that someone took of Steph proposing.
Yeah.
So we'll put that here so you can watch.
Because it was 8 years ago, this clip
It's not great quality.
It's crazy how the quality of video has improved on phones so much.
That's true.
But yeah, so be mindful of that. It is an 8-year-old clip, so here it is.
Yeah, this was before Let's See the World and before we were kind of documenting our life, so we don't have like great documentation of this day, but I'm so glad that we have some photos and a little video of it because I just want to remember that moment forever. And when you're in it, it's like kind of a blur what happens, and then it's nice watching a video back to be like, oh, that's how it went, because it's all just, you know, it's like such an emotional moment you kind of forget.
Because that's actually something that I hadn't planned. I did not arrange for anyone to take photos or video, but the wife of my friend who was playing guitar on the steps, she just happened to, you know, be there and was filming and everything, which was really great. So
yeah, Theo, okay. Yeah, it was so nice having people there. Steph really kind of gathered a whole crew to help her out with this, which was so nice. Yeah. But yeah, having someone there to take photos, and then she had a friend playing our song on the guitar when she got down on one knee, and it was just very special. Yeah, such a great moment, and every year I just love remembering it, and every time we go back to New York we love to go back to that spot and just kind of like reminisce. It's really special.
I think we mentioned in our last video that that restaurant is no longer there, but we do like to keep going back to that spot because I mean it's such a beautiful area. It's near Gramercy Park, the brownstones, like the street itself is just such a great spot. So even though the restaurant is not there, it's still a great spot to go back to.
Yeah.
But funny thing about that restaurant, it is back in the news, and we have a bit of a funny story to tell about that.
Yeah, this was the other thing I wanted to talk about because I find this just like such a funny thing, such a funny coincidence. But the restaurant where we got engaged, called Pure Food and Wine, Steph had a friend who worked there, and we used to go all the time when we were in New York, and we went the day of our engagement for lunch, and that was kind of where it all happened, and it was just outside the restaurant after we had lunch that Steph proposed, and then everyone at the restaurant kind of knew, and all the servers were like peeking from the front patio watching, and they had like champagne waiting for us afterwards, and like it was such a big part of our engagement, and that restaurant has always been really special to us. But there's been like a lot of kind of drama with it in the years sort of following.
Which we did know about because obviously
time.
Our friend who worked there was keeping us updated with all of this.
Yeah.
But it has definitely kind of exploded into a big story because of a Netflix documentary that was just released maybe like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah, so Bad Vegan, if you've seen it, it's all about Pure Food and Wine, the restaurant where we got engaged.
Yeah.
And we watched it immediately, obviously, because it was like a really kind of bizarre story. And at the time, I remember hearing about it, and we were just like, this is so crazy. And just kind of a summary, like the owner of the restaurant, it was a raw vegan restaurant, and it was really kind of ahead of its time because we got engaged there in 2014 and it had already been open for a few years. It was really kind of forward for that time, and like,
but hugely
really,
popular too.
Really popular.
Tons of celebrities would go there, like Bill Clinton and Alec Baldwin.
And it was like a really high-end, like, hot spot in New York, and it was an amazing restaurant. And the owner at some point essentially just like disappeared with sort of everyone's money, and all of the staff didn't get paid, and it shut down, and it was this crazy thing. And our friend left and stopped working there, and we were kind of getting updates from him as to what was going on, but it was really bizarre at the time.
Yeah, it was definitely like out of character for the owner to do this. You know, this restaurant was like her baby, and she poured all of her energy and like heart and soul into it, and so for her to just like stop paying bills and stop paying employees and just to disappear was so bizarre. And then finally, I think it was months later, her and her boyfriend were found in like Tennessee or something, and they ordered a Domino's pizza, and the whole
big
joke
thing
of like, you know, being vegan and being busted for ordering a pizza. So everything just kind of got blown up, and like
it was huge news at the time. Everyone really kind of just loved this story because it was so bizarre. And she got arrested, and it was a whole thing. And we've always just been so sad that was kind of the end of the restaurant, because it really was such an incredible place. Like, we loved it so much, and it's obviously been special to us as well. But watching this documentary, which I do highly recommend, because it really kind of goes deep into this story that it's just not at all what I thought it was.
It explains a lot. It definitely explains a lot.
It's very much a story of kind of like abuse and coercion, and it's just not what I expected. I think it's not what a lot of people expected, and I think everyone's still kind of drawing their own conclusions as to who was responsible and how responsible she was as the owner. But I don't know, I think it really kind of sheds light on what really happened, and it's just fascinating stuff.
And in a way it's even more sad, because like that restaurant could still be around now, and it would have been hugely successful. It's not like it had to close for, you know, because it wasn't successful. Like,
I know, and it could have been somewhere that we could have kept going back to every time we go to New York, and kind of just have like a special place. And unfortunately all we can do is like go to the little stoop outside.
A part of me must have known, though, because I specifically didn't propose at the restaurant.
That's true.
I waited and did it outside, so we can still go back to that spot. That's still there.
Yes, I think we've gone and taken photos out there, and we'll do that next time we go for sure. But such a crazy thing, such a funny story. I've seen so many people talking about Bad Vegan and posting about it, and I'm always like, that's so funny. That's the restaurant where we got engaged. It's just such a funny, fluky thing.
And I think like at the time too, we say it was big news. Like, it was very well known kind of in New York and in the like vegan plant-based circles, but I don't know that it was like big news otherwise. But now it is. Now it's something that a lot of people are talking about because of this documentary, and in the documentary are a lot of people that worked there, and some of the people who were there waiting with champagne the day we got engaged. So that's kind of fun too. But definitely recommend. It's a fascinating story.
It's on Netflix. I think there's 4 parts. Maybe it's a binge watch for sure. We watched it real fast.
All right, well, I think that's it. That's all we've got for you today.
We just wanted to share that crazy story with you, and just take a moment to remember the day we got engaged. 8 years, which is just wild. Before you were even born.
Before Theo's time.
Oh my goodness.
Just barely, though. It's just a year before we got him.
Alrighty, well, like I said, I think we need to do a little life update for you soon, because things have been just very hectic. There's been a lot going on. We didn't really intend to take, some weeks off YouTube, but that's just how it happened. But
I guess the thing is, when you're filming all sorts of hours and hours and hours and editing for another project, it is hard to just squeeze in more videos. So I have been working hard editing, and I've finished the first 2 episodes, kind of like drafts of the first 2 episodes of our docuseries. But we still have plenty of interviews to do for the later episodes, and we want to have another crack at editing the previous ones to the first two. So
yeah,
there's lots of work that we've done already. There's lots of work to do, and we will try to keep you more updated with that, and maybe do a bit more behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's kind of why we've been so busy lately, but we haven't been slacking on the filming. We've just been filming for something else, that's all.
Yeah, but we will try and put out regular videos again through May, and then in June our documentary will be wrapping up, so we'll definitely, hopefully, have more time.
And then we'll be able to share how you can watch it too. So,
yes, yeah, and we'll have some other fun things coming up this summer. And yeah, maybe just other exciting personal news. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. So thank you so much for watching. We do miss you. We appreciate all of you being here. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Say hi in the comments. We always respond. And make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss future videos. And yeah, bye.
Bye.